Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Elliot from Elliot Oracle, and I am here to do this week's community reading. And the way community readings work is that the tarot is comprised of universal symbolism. And so I may describe a symbol to you and you'll apply it to one area of your life, but someone else could hear that exact same symbol and apply it to something completely different for them. And that's the beauty of working with symbolism. So we're going to do a 3-card spread, and the first card we have is what we've been learning up until this point, or what kind of lessons just keep repeating themselves in our life at this time. And the first card we have is the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. She is the epitome of confidence and self-assurance, and she's very powerful because she is not afraid to be her authentic self. You can see that she's got that little black cat in front of her. And when this deck was created, black cats were considered unlucky or bad. But the Queen of Wands is unapologetic of her love for this cat. She's putting it front and center on the card. And she's basically daring you to say that you don't like a black cat because she doesn't care what you think anyway. Whenever this card comes up, it's telling you that you've been learning to be more confident in who you are as an individual. And you're also learning to stand up for yourself and also what you desire for your life. The Queen of Wands is tremendously charismatic. And so when she's coming up, it's also indicating that you are using your own charisma to either persuade others or even just to be seen. The Queen of Wands holds that sunflower, and the sunflower always turns its face towards the light. So sometimes this card can indicate you've been going through some challenges or difficulties, but you're not giving up. You're constantly returning to the light. You're constantly returning to the source of whatever your energy is. And whenever we see that Queen of Wands, she's just telling you to connect and to be very giving and open with your personality, and to help boost other people up as well and their sense of self if their confidence needs bolstering. Whenever I see Queen of Wands, she's indicating that you've been learning confidence. You've been learning to stand in your own shoes and be really stable in them, and also unapologetically you. The next card we have is what we need to learn in order to grow for this next week. This is going to be the card that tells us how we're going to get to the next level. And that's the Ten of Swords. So what we need to learn in order to grow is to confront shadows. You can see the man who's face down on this grisly looking card, and it always gives people a start when they see it in a reading because he's got swords in his back. But I think that the reason he's got swords in his back is because he wasn't confronting whatever was chasing him. The swords are symbols for your fears. They're the things that pile up on your to-do list. They're the things that are giving you anxiety or making you anxious. Or they're things that are making you feel powerful or a victim to things that are bigger than you. And the swords are in this man's back because he wasn't facing these issues. The swords are symbols. And so this can indicate that at this time, you could be grappling with finally confronting something that's difficult to look at. But if you do turn around, you're actually going to be in a place of empowerment. So the man on the Ten of Swords also is holding up one little hand. You can kind of see it here. It's upraised towards the heavens. And this is indicating that he's finally at the end surrendering these shadows to spirit. You can even see the black clouds are breaking up in the background and the light is returning. So what you need to learn in order to grow is that it's okay to face or confront things that are frightening you at this time, and that you're going to be more powerful and less likely to have these things make you a victim if you're confronting them with courage. And when I look at the Ten of Swords right next to that confident Queen of Wands who's always looking at the light, this is saying that you're stronger than you think you are, and that you shouldn't be plagued by anything that's really kind of running your life from the background, but rather you should have the courage to turn around, face the challenge, and apply your courage to the situation. That's going to transform your energy from being a victim, like the guy on the Ten of Swords, to being victorious, like the woman on the Queen of Wands. So this is so important for you at this time to take ownership and take matters into your own hands and really confront those things that are actually ruling your life from behind the scenes. If you face these things, you'll be able to assess them, deal with them, and then eventually release them as well. And then your future card, this is what's ahead. This could either indicate for the next week what challenges or even what opportunities might be lying ahead for you. We got the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is known as the dream card in the tarot. You can see this man who's waking up and he's still kind of daydreaming. He's still kind of looking at all these fantastic things that are coming out of each of the cups. It's a card of hopes and fears. And sometimes this card is wonderful when we're talking about something in the realm of creativity. So if you're thinking of creating something or being artistic in some way or really putting your energy into a project, this can be a wonderful card. It can really be inspiring. This card also tells you to pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to what reoccurring things are happening while you're sleeping, because there's probably a message in there. And then also with that Seven of Cups, this is a card of illusions. So although there's a lot of creative connotations to this, this doesn't necessarily say what's happening in reality, but rather what is happening in your creative mind. There's a saying that says, now that you have that castle in the air, it's so important that you build the foundation underneath it. So this card can symbolize that you're feeling inspired, or that there's a magical dream that you have that you really want to make come true. But you do have to do the practical work in order to see this manifest. And when I look at the accompanying cards with this, the Ten of Swords could indicate that the very thing that you're dreaming about doing or really want to do could also be something that's a source of great fear for you at this time. And so it's important for you to push past the fear and actually make this thing manifest. Otherwise, it's always going to be a daydream. The Seven of Cups can sometimes be a dangerous card in the tarot because we get so stuck in the illusion or the dream of, you know, what would happen, or wouldn't it be lovely if this happened, or wouldn't it be great if I finally won this, or wouldn't it be great if I finally got this going in my life? And the Seven of Cups is telling you it's not enough to just wish for it. You actually have to go and do it. I'm going to start with that Queen of Wands card again, which is saying to be unapologetically confident as you're pushing forward. Really resist your shadows and face them and confront them, head on. Don't let them come from behind. Be courageous, be bold. But also don't just dream about doing the thing that you want to do, but actually do it. If you do, you have a huge chance of success. So I hope this little mini weekly reading resonated with you. And if it did, I invite you to go to my website, elliotoracle.com, and schedule a personal tarot session with me. These little mini readings are great, but they're nothing compared to a full-on reading that goes into all of your specific cares and concerns. So I invite you to check that out. And otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.